So if they have, for example, in case of Pallava Chalukya conflict, someone defeated someone, or someone tried to come towards south. Otherwise, when we are doing question paper, what we will do is we will not focus on the other aspects. Whatever is there, we will only stick to it. Okay. So here, what we shall stick to here is titles. We shall only focus on titles, important rulers and titles. What you can do later on when you are searching important rulers and titles assumed. Okay. For example, if you look at Ashoka, what is the famous title for Ashoka? Priyadasi. Okay, Priyadarshi or Priyadasi. Okay, that is a famous title. So you just write one example. Similarly, you want to find out the list of important rulers and what the famous titles assumed by them. Okay, assumed by them or someone who had given the title. Okay, someone who had given the title. Next, second, Fahin. The Chinese pilgrim traveled to India during the reign of. So previous year also, again this year also I have shared some compiled information. In that compiled information, what we had shared is which foreign traveler came to India during whose reign. Okay, whose reign. Okay, so during the normal discussions also I have highlighted. So here Fahin came during the reign of whom? Chandragupta II, also called as Vikramaditya. So for this question, when you are compiling something, what you will write? Who are the other famous rulers? Yes, Huan Sang, right? Huan Sang. Okay. So other famous ruler is Huan Sang. So Huan Sang came to India during the reign of okay, Harshavardhana. Okay, so what you will do? You will do a list. Huan Sang, Harshavardhana. Okay, Huan Sang, Harshavardhana. Okay, next, who are the other important visitors? Yes, Siyuki. Okay, yes, Megasthenes. Now what you do? Whatever the notes are shared of ancient India, probably in the initial in the index itself I have included the famous foreigners and to which dynasty they have visited. Just check it once. I think it is there. Founders and institutions. Okay, the index 22, foreign travelers and accounts of India. So it's present in 428 page. Okay, 428. So 428 in the PDF you have to search. I have given the page number side, so there you have to search. Page number 428. Okay, 427, 428 page it is there. Okay, so here I include the information. Now what you will do? First you will focus on this information. Now you have to set the target. So by tomorrow, whatever we are going to discuss, you are going to become perfect in that information. Okay, you are going to become perfect in that information. Such kind of targets if you set, then we will be able to cover the entire syllabus and revise it repeatedly. Otherwise we will not be able to revise. Okay, so here, see here, Megasthenes he came to India during Chandragupta Maurya. From where did he come? Greek. Okay. Next, important work. Now you don't focus on work because we are just focusing now who came to whose dynasty. Next, some of what insignificant personalities, you can just ignore them. So Fahin, Chandragupta II, Huan Sang, Harshavardhana. Next, Itsing. Okay, 7th century. Now here what you will focus is also in which century they arrived. Okay, so in 5th century, Fahin came. In 7th century, Huan Sang came. Next, Itsing came in 7th century. So in the chronological order, who came first? Fahin came first or Huan Sang? Fahin. Itsing came first or Huan Sang? Huan Sang. Even though both of them are in 7th century itself, Huan Sang came first. Okay. Next, Marco Polo, Ibn Battuta. Okay. So in this fashion, you will focus and compared to previous year, I included more personalities. Okay, more personalities. So if it is what too heavy, so you can ignore few personalities. For example, based on the previous year exam demand and all, we can ignore these personalities. Okay. Marco Polo important, IBN Batuta important, Alberuni important. Okay. Next, Al Masudi also important, Suleiman important, not that important. Nicola Conti important, Abdur Razak important, not Nikitin important. Domingo Pez also important. Nunes important. Barbosa, okay. Ralph Fitch not important. William Hawkins, Sir Thomas Rowe, Peter Mundi. Okay. All the personalities. Okay. Here he is not important. Not important. Okay. So see here, personalities. What you will do? You will prepare rather than going through the entire content. Okay, rather than going through the entire content, you will just go through this content. Now, for many of you, it may appear like memorization. ನಾವೇನಪ್ಪ ಬಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಬಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟವರೆಗೂ ಬಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, that is secondary. See, then how you are going to retain this content? What you are going to understand from this perspective? You have to memorize. There is no other alternative way. Okay, so whenever now how you are going to memorize? Probably I will be creating a table also. Okay, I will be creating a table. So whenever I say Abdur Razak, you should be able to recall whom? Devarayatu. In this fashion, you will revise. Okay, so if I say Al Masudi. So there is no particular ruler. So if I say Al-Baruni, he came along with whom? Okay. So here he came along with what? Muhammad Ghazni. So this information we will find where? In Delhi Sultanate. Okay. In Delhi Sultanate, there will go through. Okay. There will go through. So based on the question paper, now we will prepare this table. Okay. We will prepare this table. Okay. Okay. Next, third one. Who among the following led a successful military campaign against the kingdom of Sri Vijaya, the powerful maritime state which ruled the Malay Peninsula, Sumatra, Java, and the neighboring islands? Okay. So somewhere it will be present in our book also. Somewhere content will be present, but now you can't go through the content. Now, what is the focus of UPSC? What do you understand by this question? What they are expecting? Outside India? Yes, that's good. So they are focusing the Indian. Yes, you are right, Saundara. Yes. Military campaign. Okay, military campaign where? Within India or outside India? Outside India. Outside India. So here what we shall focus is which are the military conquest campaigns of Indians outside India. Okay, and among the outside India, the important campaign was this campaign itself. Okay, this campaign itself. Apart from the military campaign outside UPSC, if you look at the pattern of the UPSC, so next when we will be discussing subsequently about the 2024-23, the next 2024-23 next question paper discuss ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so UPSC generally ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಏನು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ ಇನ್ ದ South's campaign over towards the north. So can you recall one famous example of North's campaign towards the south? Harshavardhana. Yes. Okay. Harshavardhana's campaign is a famous example. Next, another famous example. Okay. To some extent, Pulakeshi. Next, Alauddin Khilji. Very important. And if you look at the previous year trend, also you will understand. So, who was the lieutenant of Khilji? Malik Kafur. So, Malik Kafur's invasion towards the south. So, which are the dynasties? Yes. Yadava Kakatiya. Okay. Now you got an idea. So based on that, I have compiled another material just to go through the content. So the topic name itself is something like what for invasions, something I have given. Just check it and let me know the page number. 422. What is the headline of that? Heading of that? Major invasions. Page number 422. Right? Okay. Major invasions and military expeditions in Indian history. Okay, in Indian history. So again here each and every what invasion is not that important. Why it's happening like this? Okay. So here what you can do is you can just go through the invasions. Okay, you can go through the invasions. So Hun invasion, Gupta invasion, Ghurid invasion. Okay. So in 10th point, what I mentioned here is southern invasions and regional conflicts. Malik Kafur invasion is there. Next. Okay. Whether foreign invasions are mentioned here? Okay. In 12th point, we have Chola overseas invasion. Okay. So I think here I have not mentioned about this question itself. Okay. Okay. So at least you understood about what invasions here. So one or two examples if you are able to write. So one is what outside India, whatever the invasion that took place. So here what you have to search, southern invasion on the north and northern invasion on the south. So northern invasion on the south, one famous example is Malik Kafur. Okay, Malik Kafur's invasion. So that we'll revise. Okay, that we'll revise. Okay. Next, at the same time when you are going through the question, okay, so already they have mentioned here. So Kakatiya, Prataparudra, he belongs to Kakatiya dynasty. Rajendra I belongs to Chola dynasty. Vishnuvardhana belongs to Hoysala. Amoghavasha belongs to Rashtrakutas. Okay, Rashtrakutas. So here what you can do, again it's a kind of revision from question paper itself. It means they are important rulers. So who is the founder of Rashtrakuta dynasty? Who is the founder of Kakatiya dynasty? Who is the founder of Chola dynasty? Who is the founder of Hoysala dynasty? In this fashion you will just revise, and whichever appears in the question paper, it's an important dynasty. So Rashtrakutas, they existed from which century to which century? 8 to 10. So we have discussed, right? The same thing, just revision. So you write it here, 8 to 10. Kakatiyas, 12 to 14. Cholas. Sir, when it comes to Cholas, there are early Cholas, medieval Cholas and later Cholas. So whenever they mention about Chola and Rajendra I, they are speaking about which Cholas? Medieval Cholas or later Cholas? They are speaking about later Cholas. Okay, later Cholas. Next, Vishnuvardhana Hoysala. From which century to which century? 10 to 14. Okay, see here. Even if the names appear, this should be the strategy for revision. Okay, so they have given about Rashtrakuta, founder, which century to which century. Next, Kakatiya, founder, which century to which century. Next, Chola, founder, which century to which century. So Rajendra Chola 1, so Rajendra 1 Chola, whether it belongs to early Cholas, medieval Cholas or later Cholas. And in the UPSC, they will focus on later Cholas. Okay, generally they will focus on later Cholas. So there is another called as early Cholas, where the picture of Karikala will come. Okay, but here they are focused on later Cholas. We will only focus on later Cholas. Okay, adri ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು information ಅಷ್ಟಷ್ಟೇ add ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಅಷ್ಟಷ್ಟೇ revision ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. Okay, so wherever it is scratching, only that much we will scratch. We will not try to make a wound there. Okay, so in that fashion we shall move. Okay, in that fashion we shall move. Next, fourth, with reference to ancient India, consider the following pairs: Asmaka, Kamboja, Avanti, Kosala. Okay, Godavari, Vipas, Mahanadi, Sarayu. Okay, it's a bit tough question because the previous year when we prepared, we had not gone to this extent. So in our notes we have Mahajanapadas. Okay, how many Mahajanapadas are there? 16 Mahajanapadas are there, right? So 16 Mahajanapadas, previous year what we had done is Mahajanapadas and their capital. That list was available. Mahajanapadas, capital. And also probably we had added extra information like the Mahajanapada was spread across which all modern Indian states. Or if the capital exists, okay, capital is present in which modern Indian state. So ಹೋದ ವರ್ಷ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಮಹಾಜನಪದ ಅದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ ಒಂದು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಈ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸತಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟೆಡ್, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ವೇಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಗೋದಾವರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಹಾನದಿ, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ರಿವರ್ಸ್. Okay, which appear as part of the NCRT. If you go through the entire NCRT also, we will not find a river called as Vipas and Sarayu. Probably in some other history related textbook it might exist, but again we cannot go through each and every book. So what we can do next year when we are building strategy, okay, so I will be sharing the content as well. So we'll make a list of 16 Mahajanapadas. Already that notes is there. So already we have we have the capitals as well. Okay, capital which modern Indian state it is present. Next what we are supposed to do is river. Okay, river. And when we are doing river, what we will do, Is there any ancient name for the river? ನಾವು ರಿವರ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಏನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಹೆಸರಿಂದ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ರಾ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇವಾಗ ಇಂಡಸ್ ರಿವರ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಾಗ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ ರಿವರ್, ಸೊ ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಸ್ ರಿವರ್ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ನಾವು? ಸಿಂಧು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಫೇಮಸ್ ರಿವರ್, ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಅದೇ ಥರ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಈಗ ವಿಪಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಿಪಸ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾವ ರಿವರ್ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೇಳಿ? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಇಟ್ ಒನ್ಸ್. ವಿಪಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರಿವರ್ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್. ಎಸ್, ಬ್ಯಾಸ್ ರಿವರ್ಗೆ ವಿಪಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಓಕೆ, ಸರಯು. ಸರಯು ಯಾವ ರಿವರ್ ಕರಿತಿದ್ರು ನೋಡಿ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸರಯು, ವಿಚ್ ರಿವರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಸರಯು? Sarayu itself, or any other Gandak, something like that? Yes. Gagra? Gagra. Okay. So, we want to build a strategy. What we are going to do? Ancient desert ಕೇಳಿದಾನೆ. So, can we do a list of all the Indus river systems and try to find out their what ancient names? If we do it for Indus, then we have to do it for Brahmaputra. If we do it for Brahmaputra, we have to do it for Ganga. Okay. And you cannot discriminate the southern rivers. You have to do it for Godavari, you have to do it for Krishna, you have to do it for Kaveri. Okay. So we are not going to engage in such kind of exercise. What we will do here is, in that same content itself, for each and every Mahajanapada, whether any famous river used to flow through that area? If yes, then, for example, if it is Ganga, then the ancient name will also be Ganga. So if for some river, for example, Byas, okay, Byas. So Byas, it does not flow through Kamboja. Okay, Kamboja. But what you will do is, for each and every Mahajanapad, which is the famous river that flows through it? Which is the famous river that flows through it? Okay, that will make a list. Okay, wherever possible, I will be compiling the list and I will be sharing it with you. But again, even if I miss also, that general curiosity, let it be there in you. So what we will be doing? We will be doing what? Mahajanapadas, corresponding capitals, capital in which modern Indian state it is located. Okay, next is rivers which flow through them, or which were present in that area, and also the ancient name of that river. Okay, the ancient name of that river. And if you are not able to find out easily the ancient river, don't try to do a research and PhD kind of thing. Okay, superficially, when in one search, if you are able to find the information, that's good. Otherwise, we are not going to do any kind of research on that. Okay, we are not going to do any kind of research. So that's very important. Next is Admele. Once we complete this basic exercise, again 16 Mahajanapadas, it's too much. It's very difficult for us to retain the content. So again, out of curiosity, what we will do? Which is the northernmost Mahajanapada? Which is the southernmost Mahajanapada? Just search it. In the ancient India, which was the northernmost Mahajanapada? See, why we are doing this exercise? Because we want to reduce the content, to just basically boost our confidence. Kamboja. So northernmost is Kamboja. Okay. Which is the southernmost? Search it. Yes. Asmaka. See here, what we are doing, we are trying to build a strategy. So when our strategy is meeting the expectation, what happens? Automatically it will give a kind of pleasure. Okay. So see, again, when you are preparing, already we are preparing it selectively. We will not go such selectively. Okay. We'll prepare for all the 16 Mahajanapadas, but at least out of curiosity, what we will do? Northernmost Mahajanapada, southernmost Mahajanapada, which river flows through it? Okay. Which river flows through it? We'll prioritize, okay, within these prioritized topics. Can you similarly find out which was the easternmost Mahajanapada and which was the westernmost Mahajanapada? Anga is the easternmost. Good. Which is the westernmost? Yes. Gandhara. Okay. Right. Next, what you find out is, which was the largest Mahajanapada? Magadha. Okay. Now, see here, based on this content, you got Asmaka. Asmaka was the southernmost. Okay, is the southernmost, and next Cambodia is the northernmost. Just try to find out. See, Cambodia river passing through river associated with Cambodia. Just try to find out. And river flowing through Asmaka. Yes. Vipas is beast. No, Vipas is beast. See here. Now what you are okay. Vipas is beast. From this also we can do it. Okay, beast. So beast is present in the state of what? Punjab and Himachal Pradesh. Right. Where is Cambodia present? A small extent in Jammu and Kashmir and major region in Pakistan. Okay. So there are no chances of Vipas being part of Cambodia. But this is not our approach. What is our approach? Because we are not going to find out the rivers and then the Mahajanapadas. Our approach is Mahajanapadas and rivers. So what I want to do is, which is the river associated with Cambodia? Yes? Kabul river, Jhelum you got? Okay. So then is there any ancient name for Jhelum? Just search it. Yes? Vitasta. Okay. Then with Cambodia it should be Vitasta. They have given a wrong pair. So Cambodia is wrong. Okay, Cambodia is wrong. Next, which is the river flowing through Asmaka? Godavari? Okay. So 1 is correct. Okay, 2 is wrong. Next, Kosala. Sarayu. Okay, correct. Next, Avanti. Narmada. See here, where is Avanti present? See, just physical, we also need to do that exercise. So, Avanti, if you look at Avanti, okay, which is the capital of Avanti? Ujjaini. Where is Ujjaini located? Madhya Pradesh. I think there is another capital of Avanti. Just check it once. I think in the notes also I have given 2 capitals. Mahishmati, one more I guess. Mahishmati is there? Okay. Where is Mahishmati located? Mahishmati, we came across a film called as Bahubali. Madhya Pradesh, right? So Madhya Pradesh. See here, look at, when it comes to Avanti, if you are aware of this basic information, you know that Mahanadi flows through which state? Chhattisgarh and Odisha. So there are no chances of it being part of what? Avanti. So there also what we can do? You can eliminate. Okay, you can eliminate. Next, Kosala Sarayu. So for this what we will do? We will prepare the entire list of Mahajanapadas, the corresponding capitals and the rivers, and what are the ancient name of the rivers. Okay, ancient name of the rivers. So that exercise we shall do. Okay, whatever the Cambodia Vipasa. Where? We have to verify then. We have to verify because Vitasta. That there cannot be such inconsistent data, right? Yes. Check it through multiple websites. See when they have released the data as part of prelims or regular notes. No, how? Yes, what did you find out? Okay. That might be there. Okay, that might be there. Now, see here, what we will do? We will search it in different references. Vipas it is called as BAS. Okay. Then what? Already question has appeared. What we will do? On top of this itself, we shall do that exercise by confirming through various sources. Okay. So we will complete that exercise. Then we will be able to what easily address this question. Okay. Address this question. So in which page of the notes we have it? What is the heading of the notes? Mahajanapadas. Mahajanapadas and what is the heading? Mahajanapadas and their 394. 394. One nimsha. Mahajanapadas and their capitals. And their capitals, huh? ಇದೇನ್ರಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇದೇನಾ? ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ. So here what you will do, in the same content you will update it. Okay, you will update it. So here what we have done is, so where is Mahajanapada? So capital is Vaishali. So where it is located? Okay, where it is located? Bihar. Magadha, Rajgir, Bihar. Okay, so this exercise we shall complete. After that, here itself we shall add the information pertaining to river. Okay, information pertaining to river. And here again retaining the content. First round what you will do? Mahajanapada capital. So now randomly if I ask you, so which is the capital of Anga? Champa. Chedi. Suktimatti. Magadha. Okay. Gandhara. Taxila. Okay. Next. Cambodia. Okay. Here again I what change some information. I'll be sharing the updated information. Here it's old information. So for Cambodia, I got somewhere it's a Rajapura. Some what information called as Rajapura, but I will be updating it. Okay, I will be sending you the updated content. Yes, Rajapura. Okay, but anyhow I will be sending the updated content. So first you will prepare. Okay, you will prepare this. So again, wherever you are preparing here, if possible, okay, those who are reading it for the first time, try to build a small mnemonics kind of things, and you try to retain the content, because when the information becomes too heavy, so retaining everything will be a very challenging task. Okay, task. Okay, for example, what I had done is, for example, Anga Champa. Okay, so what do you understand by Anga in Kannada? Organ or body like thing. Okay, Champa, champions. So let's assume what wrestler or boxing champion. So their Anga, their body will be what? Very what we can say? ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಚಾಂಪಿಯನ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಬಾರಿ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಅಂಗ ಚಂದ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಈ ಥರ ಏನೋ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಚಂಪಾ ಅಂಗ, ಚಾಂಪಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಗ. ಸೊ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಕೋರ್ಲೇಟ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿಟೇನ್ ದ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಗಾಂಧಾರ, ತಕ್ಸೀಲಾ. So once the information becomes our integral part, then retaining will be very easy. But initial that memorization is very difficult. So what you can do, you can connect some things. So generally hade mele hachkotare ganda. Okay, so yaar in munde ganda hachkotare avrige tax illa, they need not pay any kind of tax illa Gandhara. Okay, Gandhara, Taxila. So in this fashion, if you try to correlate the things, so gradually these things will become our integral part. Okay, next. Ashokan inscription suggests that Pradeshika, Rajuka and Yukta were important officers at which level? Yes. What's the answer? Yes, at the district level. Okay. So whether this content exists with us, okay. So Ashokan inscriptions suggest that the Pradeshika, Rajuka and Yukta were important officers at the. Okay, so it's a very important a theme. So ನೀವು ಮೊದಲಿಂದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟಿವ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ, ಇವೊಂದು ದ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಡೈನಾಸ್ಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಚಾಲುಕ್ಯಾಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಮೌರ್ಯನ್ಸ್, ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವುದು ಮೊಘಲ್ಸ್, ಗುಪ್ತಾಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟಿವ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಏನಂತ ಇದ್ರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಇದ್ರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ರೂರಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ವಿಲೇಜಸ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಇದ್ರು, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ವಿಲೇಜಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಹೂ ವಾಸ್ ದ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್. ಸೊ in 2013 or 14 we have discussed during our discussion, we came across some term called as Mahatara, right? Mahatara is a personality associated with village headman. Similarly, who is a personality associated with what district level? At the state level. So this information is separately compiled. Okay, separately compiled. You can just go through that content, and while going through that content, you should have these things in mind. That is village level. First, we will go for administrative division. Next, when it comes to administrative division, rural area, village, district and state. So, who is the officer at village, who is the officer at district, who is the officer at state. So, here for all the important dynasties, you will do that exercise. For all the important dynasties, you will do the exercise. Okay, you will do the exercise. And if possible, over a period of time, if I compile, then I will be sharing it with you. Okay, just focusing on those aspects. The famous female figure known as dancing girl found at Mohenjo-daro is made up of, yes, bronze. So it's very clearly mentioned. Clearly mentioned. So this question, it pertains to which topic? Indus Valley civilization. So this topic, it pertains to what? Indus Valley civilization. So Indus Valley civilization, the important thematic aspects which we are already aware. So we have to revise. So what are the important aspects of Indus Valley civilization? So Mohenjo-daro is made up of bronze, right? So here they are aware of bronze. Yes. Whether they are aware of gold. Yes. Whether they are aware of clay. Yes. Whether they are aware of carnelian. Yes. Okay. It's very not that important, insignificant mineral or resource. Now at the same time, what they are not aware? They are not aware of. So okay. Before animal, we will go with respect to metals. They are not aware of iron. Okay, iron. Next. So an important metal which they are not aware of was iron. At the same time, we will not stop here. Whatever the exams demand that we have discussed, you will also find out what? Animals not known. At the same time, animals known. Some important animals. So whether cow was known to them? Yes. Okay. Next, cat was known to them? Yes. Okay. Again, such aspects they may not focus. On top of that, what we shall ask a question to ourselves is, in one of the years they asked, which of the following animals can be found on seals of the Indus Valley civilization. Okay. So it means there were some animals which were known to Indus Valley civilization. ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು animals in Indus Valley civilization ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಆದರೂ ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಯಿನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಥವಾ ಸೀಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. Okay. ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು animals ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತೋ ಅದು seals ಮೇಲೆ ಇತ್ತು. So what you will find out here is the list of animals which the Indus Valley civilization knew, and the animals which are present on seals and the animals which are not present on seals. Okay. So presently in the compiled information is not there. If possible, I will compile it. But this is what you are going to prepare for this question. Okay. For this question, see, if you are not able to dig to that level, at least for this question, what you are going to prepare here is bronze, gold, clay, carnelian, dancing girl. Apart from the dancing girl, which are the important other some kind of monuments associated with Indus Valley civilization? Yes. Bearded, yes, priest, right? Made up of what? With stone. Okay, that you will add. So you are able to recall bearded priest. Similarly, whom others you can recall? You will just make a list. They are made up of what? They are made up of what? On that aspect we will focus. Okay, it means this is what we are going to prepare. Now in the end moment, okay, Indus Valley civilization is an important topic. Probably we may go to a deeper level. But for the other topics, we don't have that time to go through each and every point. But for this, what we will do? Dancing girl. Which are the other monuments? You recalled one, bearded priest. It is made up of what? Sandstone. It is present at which place? It was discovered at which place? This is the aspect that we will focus. Next, one swimming pool kind of thing. What it is called as? Great bath. Where did we find? Mohenjo-daro. So in this fashion, you will focus. At the same time, you are able to recall about the animal. You also make a list of animal. You are not going to focus on any other aspect. Here you are not going to focus on Indus Valley sites, because in the forthcoming discussion, when we come across Indus Valley site, at that time we shall make a list of Indus Valley sites. Here we will only focus on the list of metals known to Indus Valley civilization people, the list of metals not known to them, the list of animals known to them, the list of animals, an important animal not known to them, and the animals which are present on seals, and the animals which they were aware but were not present on the seals. Okay, this is how we will prepare. What? Yes, pottery. Pottery, yes, we can also here in this context, we shall also prepare about pottery. Which kind of pottery they were aware of? Okay, which kind of pottery they were aware of? Okay, aware of. Okay. So, there are only 6 questions of ancient India. Okay, ancient history. So, by tomorrow, you just make this target. In tomorrow's class, when I start asking the questions, you should be able to recall confidently. See, recall. I am not saying identify. So identification you will do in the examination and in subsequent tests, but I am expecting you to recall. Okay, if you recall, then you will be able to identify confidently. Okay, confidently. Next, okay, probably we shall also complete in a faster manner about 2024 as well. Okay, 24 as well. Okay, so with reference to ancient India, Gautama Buddha was generally known by which of the following epithets? Which are the alternative names are used to refer to Gautama Buddha? Okay, so in our content we have seen. Okay, so Nayaputta is there. So actually in some of the textbook, rather than using Nayaputta, they use Nataputta. Okay, sorry, Nayaputta is used to refer to whom? Jainism. Niganta Nataputta is used to refer to whom? Mahavira. Okay, Mahavira. So hence Nayaputta is not associated with Gautama Buddha. Okay, Shakyamuni. Yes, Tathagata. Yes. Now whether it is there in our notes or not, rather than searching for it, what he will do, which are the alternative names used to refer to Gautama Buddha? Okay, here we will list one, Shakyamuni, Tathagata. Apart from Shakyamuni and Tathagata, which are the other names used to refer to Gautama Buddha? Okay, only that information we will focus. So as Gautama Buddha is a famous personality, what we will do, we will also consider about another religious leader, Mahavira, the other famous contemporary of Gautama Buddha. So what are the alternative names used to refer to Mahavira? Because here we have seen Nataputta, right? So it's associated with Mahavira. So here we'll also make a list of famous other epithets used to refer to Mahavira. From this question what we are preparing? Names used to refer to Gautama Buddha, names used to refer to Mahavira. That's it. See here, there are many other information about what? Buddhism and Jainism. Nam Buddhism and Jainism ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವಂತ ಸುಮಾರು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಬೂಸ್ಟೆಡ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟಚ್ ವಿತ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್. ಚಂದ್ರಕೇತುಗರ್ ಒಡಿಶಾ, ಇನಾಮ್ಗರ್ ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ಯಾವ ಸೈಟ್ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು ವಾಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್? ಬರೀ ಆರ್ಕಿಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆರ್ಕಿಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಅವರ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಚಂದ್ರಕೇತುಗರ್, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇನಾಮ್ಗಾಂವ್, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮಂಗಡು. Mangadu is there? Yes. Some things no, I have added later on, but originally whether they are present or not. Salihundam is not present in our notes. Okay, Salihundam actually after going to the Tamil Nadu book also, that Salihundam is not present. But in whatever I have compiled from NCRT, from Tamil Nadu and from NCRT, there we have Chandraketugar, Inamgaon as well as Mangadu. Okay, Mangadu. Can you just tell me the page number where they are present? 20. Page number 25. Okay, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so illu ide last lo mattostu the same compilation is repeated in the last of the pages. What I have done is the same compilation I have again repeated. So here what we are able to find, yavadil site, Iramgaon is there. Okay, which entry, can you tell me the page number exactly? Okay, 26 page number, Inamgaon, it is present in Maharashtra. Okay, this information we have. So somewhere in the last we have about Chandraketugar. Just to search it. Chandraketugar. Okay, so here ancient sites and modern Indian states. Ancient sites and modern Indian states. So somewhere we have, okay, entry number 28. So this is from book itself. So page number is 377. Page number 377. From this we understand that it is present in West Bengal, and it is clearly taken from the book, either from NCRT or from Tamil Nadu. Exactly I don't know, but I have taken from the book itself. Chandraketugar, West Bengal. And previously we saw Inamgaon, Maharashtra. Now we shall go back to the question. Mangadu is not there, right? Okay, anyhow, first we shall try to solve this question. So Chandraketugar, it is located in Odisha. So what we have seen? West Bengal. So first option is wrong. Next, what we saw? Inamgaon, Maharashtra, it is correct. But we are not aware whether it is a Chalcolithic site or not. We are not sure whether it is Chalcolithic site or not. Now next, what we have to verify here is, you leave Mangadu, you leave all the things, you come to fourth, rock cut shrines. We have discussed so many rock cut caves related things. Inamgaon Chalcolithic site, whether it is there in notes? It is there? Okay, then it's good. Okay, Chalcolithic site means 2 should be part of the answer. Then 2 and 3 itself. But even if you are not aware, sometimes what happens, if you look at the fourth site, Salihundam, rock cut cave shrine. In our entire discussion, we have discussed about the many rock cut cave shrines. We have discussed about Ajanta, Elephanta and different places. But nowhere we have come across Salihundam. So based on that, what we can do? We'll eliminate it. 4 should not be part of the answer. Okay. But now we have a solid content. See here, now don't think of what kind of site was Chandraketugar. You just don't worry. We have content. Okay. Now what is our job? What we have to do? Chandraketugar. Okay. It is entry number 24 or 25. But how many cities we have? Approximately 180. Okay. So there is no choice. If you want to answer this question, then you should be aware that which ancient Indian city is present in which modern Indian state. Okay. So what you do is, today you set it as a target. Hardly we have what question papers of 2 years, 2025 and 24. So today we are going to prepare all of them. All the 180 cities, the corresponding the modern Indian states we are going to prepare. Next, when it comes to Chalcolithic site, already I have mentioned Chalcolithic site. What you will do? See here, I will not exactly say ask you to recall, but whenever a site is mentioned, you should be able to identify whether it is Chalcolithic site or not. Okay, Chalcolithic site or not. Okay, so we have discussed about the ancient history, right? So which are the prehistoric periods? What is the classification? Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age. So within the Stone Age, Mesolithic, Neolithic. Where does Chalcolithic come? Yes.
Neolithic to Bronze Age.
Okay, from Neolithic to Bronze Age, that transition we call it as Chalcolithic period. Okay, so in here in this content, at many points they have mentioned about Chalcolithic sites and Neolithic sites. So what we shall do is, repeatedly we shall go through the content. So whenever some place is presented, we should be able to identify whether it is Chalcolithic or Neolithic. So that will help us. Okay, that will help us. So based on this content, we'll prepare it.
So this megalithic site is there.
Which one? Okay, megalithic site, generally they are not mentioned in the books. They are not mentioned in the books, but somewhere I have added based on what internet surfing I have added. But what you do is you prioritize Chalcolithic site. Okay, which I prioritize Chalcolithic site. Megalithic site, very few are there. Now already it is part of the answer, Mangadu, right? So what you can do is, which are the other important megalithic sites? You will search, if it is there in the content in our notes, you can go through it. Otherwise you can surf in the internet, and not more than 4 to 5. Okay, not more than 4 to 5. Only few important megalithic sites. That's it. Next, consider the following statements. There are no parables in the Upanishads. Upanishads were composed earlier than Puranas. Yes? Any doubt? Aragatta question. We missed it?
Missed.
So I have not included Aragatta. In the question paper it is there?
25.
Ili question paper idea? Okay, I have forgot to ignore what include it. I think a few more I have forgot to include. Yes, Aragatta is a very important yes, Aragatta I have not included, but next we shall include. Very important. So one question of Aragatta. Okay, it has appeared in 2025. The same Aragatta related in 2014 it has appeared. Yes. For 2014, Aragatta means something which is used in irrigation system. Okay, to draw the water from the well, Aragatta type of Persian, we call it as Persian wheel. The 2014 based, we had made a discussion previous year. Okay, the same question had appeared in the examination. So 2 to 3 topics, very hot topics. One was that Fahin coming to India and Aragata. So previous year based itself we had prepared, and based upon that we were able to what answer it. So I'll add that content here. Okay. So Upanishads were composed earlier than Puranas. There are no parables in Upanishads. What do we understand by parables? Just search what is parable.
One more question. The first Gandharva Mahavidyalaya or music.
That is about modern history. Modern history. So here we are. I only focused on ancient history. Sorry, Araghatta no, I have not included here because it is part of medieval history. Araghatta, it is not part of ancient history. Hence, actually, yesterday came across that question, but I have not included here. I have only focused on ancient history. Accidentally, some medieval history question might have come here, but I included Araghatta in medieval history question. It is a medieval history question, right? Probably in 12th or 13th century it came, Persian wheel. So what is parable?
Short stories.
Short stories. Okay. So what is Upanishad? Okay. Upanishad. When it comes to Vedas. Okay. So Vedas have how many parts?
4 parts.
4 parts. Which is the last part? Vedanta is also called as Upanishad. Okay. Upanishads. Okay. So there are no parables in Upanishads. So here already question it has appeared. Okay, in the examination it has appeared. So many times what happens in the examination, we don't know the meaning of parable itself. So without knowing what is parable, we will not be able to answer. Okay. At least through this content we will understand that what is parable. What is parable? Short stories. Now what is the answer here? So in Upanishad there were some short stories. Okay, because in order to make the Vedas reach the masses, means to convey the information easily. So some in the form of stories it was conveyed. So parables were present in Upanishads. Upanishads were composed earlier than Puranas. See here, this is also very important. We come across this content while going through a topic called as probably Guptas. In Gupta's topic, we come across a content called as Puranas. It means during the Gupta era, Puranas were composed. But Upanishads are associated with Vedas. Okay, much older than what? Puranas. So second one is also correct. What is the official answer here? 1 and 2? Sorry, 2 only? Because first one is wrong. The parables will be there in Upanishad. Answer is 2 only? Okay. Next, which one of the following is a work attributed to playwright Basa? Okay, Basa. So here for this what we are supposed to prepare? Authors and their work. So these questions are bit typical because there are so many work and there are so many authors. But again, if you look at the previous year question paper, so the personality Basa has repeatedly appeared. At least 2 to 3 times he has appeared. It means Basa is an important personality. So at least what we will do is important personalities and the associated work. Okay, work. So here, how we are going to prepare? So which is the work associated with Basa? Madhyama Vyayoga. Simultaneously, what you will do? Who is the author of Kavya Alankara? So whether he is a single person or multiple persons are involved. If a single person, then you will retain the content. If there are multiple personalities involved, you will just write it what? Multiple personalities are involved. Next, Natya Shastra. Bharata Muni. Mahabhasya. Mahabhasya, who has written it? Just search it. Search it. In our notes also it is there. Yes, Patanjali. Okay, Patanjali Mahabhasya. Patanjali Mahabhasya. Okay, see, this is Mahabhasya is famous work. Natya Shastra is also famous work. Now, both these two things you will eliminate. You are left with 2 choices: Kavya Alankara and Madhyama Vyayoga. Okay, Madhyama Vyayoga. So, in the examination, this elimination strategy is also equally important. Now, you will prepare for all of them. But at the end moment, if you are not able to recall, also you should have some kind of strategy. So this is a famous work associated with Patanjali, Natya Shastra, Bharata Muni. So when you eliminate, you are left with 2 choices: Kavya Alankara, Madhyama Vyayoga. So Kavya Alankara, whether it is a single author, Did you search the internet? Bama is there? Okay, you just write it. Bama. Next, Sangabhuti, an Indian Buddhist monk who traveled to China at the end of the 4th century AD, was the author of a commentary on. Okay. So, Pradnya Paramita Sutra, Visuddhi Maga, Sarvastivada Vinaya, Lalita Vistara. Okay. It's a tough question. Now we have compiled after the examination, but in the examination marking it will be what? Very challenging task. Okay. Now out of curiosity, what we will do? We just try to find out who is the author of Pradnya Paramita Sutra. Who wrote a commentary on it? Visuddhi Maga, who wrote it? Sarvastivada Vinaya, who wrote it? Lalita Vistara, who wrote it? Okay. So, Sangabhuti associated with? I think Visuddhi Maga. Just search it once. In the notes also I have just included. Just focus on it. Visuddhi Maga? Visuddhi Maga, Buddha Gosha. Okay. Pradnya Paramita Sutra? Nagarjuna? Okay. Next, Sarvastivada Vinaya? What's the answer for it? Sarvastivada Vinaya is Sangabhuti. He wrote a commentary on it. What's the answer? Yes. Sarvastivada Vinaya. Okay. Lalita Vistara, who wrote it? Compiled by many. So the same itself, what you will do from our compiled information, you will just add it here. Okay. Who wrote Pradnya Paramita Sutra? Who wrote a commentary on Visuddhi Maga? Who wrote a commentary on Sarvastivada Vinaya? Because entire content, there is around 150 entries, I guess. Okay. So 4 entries you will bring here and you will write it here. At least these entries you will revise. Okay. You will revise. Now similarly here in the previous question, Basa is there, right? So what we will do, which is the work? Madhyama Yoga. Which are the other works of Basa? You just write it here. In the list if it is available, which are the other famous works of Basa? You just make a list and you will revise it. Okay, you will revise it. Next, this is 2023. In which of the following regions was Danyakataka, which flourished as a famous prominent Buddhist center under the Mahasangikas located? What you will do here? Yes, ancient sites and modern Indian state. Just find out it's there or not. So it's there in probably in entry number 34. Somewhere it is there. So this information had compiled from Tamil Nadu as well as NCERT. Okay. So here to answer such kind of questions, we have to by heart the entire list. Whenever an ancient place is presented, you should be able to recall the corresponding modern Indian state. Okay. Danyakataka, Andhra, right? So in which page we have it? Page number?
Page 378.
378. Okay. So here the entire list you have to memorize. So Danyakataka is located in Dwarasamudra, Karnataka. Okay. Brahmagiri, Devagiri. Okay. So in this fashion, how many entries are there? Almost around what? 186 entries are there. Okay. You have to memorize the entire list. There is no other alternative for it. Okay. So every day you just go through the list. Which you are able to recall, you just ignore them. Which you are unable to recall, you'll just make a list of them and you'll only focus on those places. Okay, those places. Next, with reference to South India, Korkai, Pumpuhar and Muchiri were well known as, yes, well known as ports. So this time what I have done is, previous year also we had included it. So list of separate ports itself I have done. Just search it in which page they are present. What is the page number? 105? 505. Yeah? Okay. So previous year whatever I had compiled, just I have made some changes to it. You can just go through this content. So in Pandas you will find Korkai, Kayal, Kayalipatnam. Okay. So these are associated with Pandas. In the previous year what they have given? Just port cities. Probably in the next year what they may ask? This port city was associated with which dynasty? Okay, which dynasty? Similarly, previously also they have asked about these questions. So very important. So you will focus on what? These dynasties. See here, once they had asked question on Motupalli. Okay, Motupalli is a port city associated with Kakatiya dynasty. Some previous year they have asked. Next, once they have asked on Chaul. Okay, Chaul. So what you will do? So you can ignore these things. Otherwise, if you want, you can just find out the what modern Indian state as well. You will complete this list. Okay. So whenever I ask you about Puhar, it's a port city associated with which dynasty? Cholas. When I say Kayal, Pandas. Okay, in this fashion. Next, where is Kayal present? In the western coast or eastern coast? Eastern coast. Next, Bharuch is located in Gujarat. And some will repeat. For example, now if you look at Chaul, it is associated with multiple dynasties. Okay. Now we will first, in the first round, we will focus on ports which were specifically associated with a single dynasty. For example, Motupalli. Okay. Next, important port city of Mughals. So Mughals is an important, the UPSC focus on Mughals. So Surat. So in this fashion, what you will do, you will focus on this compiled information. Okay, when it comes to port city. Okay. Next, 14th, which one of the following explains the practice of Vattakirutal as mentioned in Sangam poems? Okay, as mentioned in Sangam poems. So we already know its answer. What is the answer? A king defeated in a battle committing ritual suicide by starving himself to death. Okay, so this practice is called as Vattakirutal. But how it is related to the previous year question paper? You just look at 2022 question paper here. See here, it's 22. Just go to question number 22 itself. Okay. So which one of the following statements about Sangam literature in ancient India is correct? See how this 22 question paper and the 23 question, both of them are linked. So if you look at the option, Sangama poem are devoid of any reference to material culture. What does it mean? Means they are not materialist. Okay, so obviously in every culture, material culture will exist. They will be using some kind of materials. Okay, we wear what dresses, we construct houses, we have cars. So all it's a part of material culture. So first one is wrong, devoid of any reference to material culture. Okay, so it may be like what metal, or it may be some kind of pottery and all. So they say that the first statement says that Sangam poems are devoid of any reference to material culture. False. Now when you look at the UPSC exam, they focus a lot on Sangam period. Okay, Sangam period very important. We just leave the second one. The Sangam poems have no reference to warrior ethic. See here, warrior ethic. What do you understand by warrior ethics? Warrior ethics andre ಏನು? For example, can you just give me one example of what's the warrior ethic? Yes. Okay, Ashoka Dhamma. Okay, adu full after war and all, when he said that no longer no war. Okay, no more wars. But here ಎಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವಾರಿಯರ್ ಎಥಿಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಯುದ್ಧದೊಳಗಡೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಹತ್ರ ಶಸ್ತ್ರಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಿ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಸೋರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಫೈಟ್. ನಾವು ವಿಲ್ ಯು ವೇಜ್ ಅ ವಾರ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಮ್? No. First you will give a sword, then you will fight. That is a sign of a warrior. So in this fashion, warrior ethic. Somewhere this warrior ethic, if you find out what were the warrior ethics associated with Sangama period, then probably you will end up finding what about the Vatta Kirtal. Once you are defeated in the war, you will what? Commit suicide. Means somewhere the previous year question papers they are giving a clue. So whatever the options are there, we should not ignore the options. Just correct answer is not sufficient. The other options are also equally important. Okay, and when it comes to Sangam period, a very important. Similar to how Indus Valley civilization is an important topic, similarly Sangam period is very important. So here, whenever we come across Sangam period, see here Sangam literature is there. So in our one of the topics of discussion, we have Sangam period, and there the literature has been classified as Sangam and post Sangam. So what we will do here itself, we will make a list. Sangam period literature, the list of books. Okay. Post Sangam period, list of books. You'll be able to segregate them. So in the main notes, where do we find Sangam period? Sangam. Which page number? 106. Okay, here we have in 110 the Sangam age, right? Am I right? One 106. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಡಿಟ್. Okay, so Sangam, post Sangam works, these are post Sangam works. So here, okay, this is very important. So which is the Sangam period literature? What? Tolkapiyam by Tolkapier. Now what you will do, this content you will extract, and wherever free space is available, you will write it. So Tolkapiyam is a Sangam period literature written by whom? Tolkapier. Next, Patutu Pattu. Okay, it's a Sangam period literature. You will write it. Okay, write it. Next, Etutu Koi. Okay, you will write it there. Next, all these things you will ignore. Okay. So, what you are going to write? Tolkapiyam. Next, Etutu Koi, Patutu Pattu. Okay, Patutu Pattu. Next, post Sangam works. There itself you are going to write. What you are going to write? Patinen Kilanakaku. Next, Silapadikaram, Manimekalai. Okay, Manimekalai. So what you will do? From this entire content, we are not going to go through the other content. For this question, we are just going to add what information? Okay, so here Sangam period. Which are the books? Which are the books? Next, Patita. Next. Okay. Tolkapiyam is a Sangam or post Sangam? Sangam. Similarly, he will write post Sangam. Sangam and post Sangam. Only that information you will write. Now you will revise only these things. You will become perfect. Okay, you will become perfect. Next, Sangam literature refers to magical forces irrational. Okay, I just wanted to show how 2022 and 23 questions are related. So we shall go back to what 2023 question paper. So Vatta Kirtal as mentioned in the Sangam poems. Okay, so ritual suicide by starving himself to death. Now what he will do here is ritual suicide. Now when we heard about Vatta Kirtal, which are the other such practices where ritual suicide is involved? For example, now which I am able to recall, one such practice is Sallekhana, associated with Jainism. Another, the same alternative name for it is Santara. Santara. Now what you will do, out of curiosity, which are the ritual suicide practices, suicide practices in ancient and medieval India, like Sallekhana, like Santara, like Vatta Kirtal? You will just search it. If you get few more, you will just add it here. You just add it. So this is what we are going to prepare based on the previous year exams demand. Okay, demand. Next, 23. So consider the following dynasties. How many of the above dynasties established their kingdoms in the early 8th century? Okay. So first time when they look at this question, it is a very difficult question in fact, because for every dynasty, it will be practically impossible for us to recall the corresponding years when they are present. Now we are sure. So Hoysalas are present in
10 to 14.
10 to 14. Gardwalas
10 to 12. 11 to 12.
11 to 12. Kakatiyas
12 to 14.
12 to 14. Yadavas
12 to 14.
12 to 14. Now why we have to prepare only these? There should be some logic, right? What's the logic? Yes. So in the 11th century beginning, what happened 11th century beginning? The foreign invasion started. Okay, Muhammad Ghori, then Muhammad Ghazni and all they came, right? At that time, when you look at the Delhi Sultanate topic, they have clearly mentioned that when they came to India, these dynasties were active. And also, when you look at the southern invasion of Malik Kafur. Okay, Malik Kafur, except Gardwala dynasty, he attacked Hoysalas, Kakatiyas, Yadavas, one after the other. So from that context also it is important. So what we shall connect the context here. So when in the 11th century beginning, which were the important dynasties active in India? So when invasion started taking place from Central Asia. Okay, so when Muhammad Ghori and all they came, which were the dynasties active in India? So here we need not do any kind of research. Whatever the Delhi Sultanate topic is there, the same topic, its content you will bring it here. Okay, so what we will do, we will go to Delhi Sultanate topic here. Delhi Sultanate. Yeah, page number is the information. The advent of 190. What is the topic name? The advent of Turks, right? The advent of (194), right? 194. So here we'll ignore all this information. Directly we'll go to the information which is important here. Okay. Okay. So directly we came to this content. Following become important ruling dynasties of the northern India. Okay. So here in the topic itself, when they start beginning of the 10th century, two powerful Rajput kingdoms who had lost their power, Gurjar Pratiharas, they had lost their power. Rashtrakutas, they had lost their power. Following became important ruling dynasties of northern India. So in Delhi Sultanate topic, they discuss about these things. Some had become weak, some had become strong. At that time, what? Ghori came and then came Ghazni. Now, whatever the dynasties that have been mentioned here, I have added some extra information. What is extra information? If you take any dynasty, where was it present? From which century to which century? Who was the founder? So some extra information. See, there only we have Tomaras. They have mentioned about Chawans. They have mentioned about Parmaras. They have mentioned about Gardwalas, Chandelas, and few extra information like Kanauj, Bundelkhand. They have mentioned. What is the extra information that we have added? From which century to which century? Okay. So what you will do? This entire content you will take back to the that free space wherever it is available. You will just add it. Okay. So Gurjar Patiharas, which century to which century?
8 to 11.
Okay. Now from in tomorrow's class, what I will be expecting is based on this. If I ask you Gurjar Patihara, you should be able to recall 8 to 11. Rashtrakutas 8 to 10. Tomaras, Chauhans, Solankis. Okay. Paramaras. Okay. Chandelas.
9 to 13.
Okay. Next, Chandelas are ruling from which place? Which region? Bundelkhand. Next, Gardwalas. Kanauj. Paramaras. Malwa. Next, Moola Raja is a personality associated with which dynasty? Solanki dynasty. Chandradeva. Gardwala. Okay. In this fashion, whatever this list is there, right? You will take back and with that free space, you will write it there. Repeatedly, you will focus on that. Okay. Repeatedly, will focus on that. Next, similarly, while going through this content, slave dynasty and all. So during Khalji, right, southern invasion. Okay, here I have mentioned, what is that, Malik Kafur. So first he attacked Kakatiya, next he came to Hoysalas, next he came to Pandas. Okay, so here Pandya century I will write, Hoysala century, Kakatiya century. So this information also I will take there. So around 10 to 12 lines of information from here I will extract and I will add it at the free space. Now next during revision, first I will give a higher priority to this, next I will go to the other part. Okay, in this fashion we will continue. Okay, we will continue. Next, with reference to ancient Indian history, consider the following pairs: Devi Chandragupta, Hamira Mahakavya, Milinda Panaha, Niti Vakyamrita. Okay, so among them, the one which are repeated is Milinda Panaha, Devi Chandragupta. If you look at the previous year questions also, these topics have repeated. Okay, they repeated. So it means they are important. So Devi Chandragupta, who wrote it? Yes? No. Vishakadatta. It's written by Vishakadatta. So you will write it Vishakadatta. Milinda Panaha, Naga, Sena and Menander. Okay, discussion. So here they have given Nagarjuna. In one of the this PYQ books, what they have mentioned is Nagasena and Nagarjuna, both of them are same. They are not same, they are different. Okay, so here it should be Nagasena. So here Devi Chandragupta, Milinda Panaha, both of them are wrong. So here when the wherever free space is there, what you will write? Milinda Panaha is associated with Nagasena. Devi Chandragupta associated with Vishakadatta. Okay. Now what we will do is, for Nagasena there is only one book, Milinda Panaha and all. Okay. When it comes to Devi Chandragupta, Vishakadatta has written few more books. What you will do? You will add those books, Vishakadatta and the books written by him. Next here we have Bilhana. So Bilhana has also written few books. Which are the books? Kalhana? No. Kalhana's Raja Tarangini. So Bilhana, he is the author. Which book he has written? Just search. First I will search whether that information exists or not. I am not sure. I think it has. I have that information. 440. Okay. Okay, Vikramanka Deva Charita. Only one book. Again we have. Yes, which entry? Only one book is there. Okay. So that Vikramanka Charita, you will write it there. Now similarly, if you go up here, you are able to find Basa, the book written by Basa. Previously we were able to identify Madhyama Vayoga. So what we shall do, allen space ideo ade ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ book ಅನ್ನು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, but at least we will do this exercise. Okay, we will do this exercise. So from this what we understood? Okay, Bilhana's what is the book? Vikramanka Deva Charita. Okay, so Vikramanka Deva Charita ಬರೀತೀರಾ. Devi Chandraguptam written by Vishakadatta ಬರೆದಂತ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. Milinda Panaha Nagasena. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹಮ್ಮಿರ ಮಹಾಕಾವ್ಯ, ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಪೇರು? ನಯಚಂದ್ರ ಸೂರಿ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀರಾ. ನೀತಿ ಕಾವ್ಯಾಮೃತ ಸೋಮದೇವ ಸೂರಿ. ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾಕೋ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಯಚಂದ್ರ ಸೂರಿ ಅವ್ರು ಬರೆದಿರುವಂಥ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೋಮದೇವ ಸೂರಿ ಬರೆದಿರುವಂಥ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಮಿನಿಮಲ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ವಿ ಶಲ್ ರಿವೈಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ವಿ ಶಲ್ ರಿವೈಸ್. ಸೊ 2023 ಕೇಳೋದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದು ಟಫ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಇದು ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ತೂಪ ಇಸ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಒರಿಜಿನ್. ಇದು ಮೊದಲು ಯಾವುದು ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಬುದ್ಧಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಒರಿಜಿನ್. ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿಸಮ್ಗಿಂತಲೂ ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಆ ಸ್ತೂಪ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಒರಿಜಿನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸ್ತೂಪ ವಾಸ್ ಜನರಲಿ ರೆಪೋಸಿಟರಿ ಆಫ್ relics. ಸೊ ಎಸ್, ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್. Is it? Sorry, one is wrong. It's not of Buddhist origin. One is wrong. So stupa was generally a repository of relics. 2 is correct. Stupa was a votive and commemorative structure in Buddhist tradition. What is votive? Just search the meaning of votive.
An object offered in fulfillment of
An object offered in fulfillment of a. Oh. So I think the third option is correct as per the answer keys. What's the answer? Only one or only two? Only two is there? Okay. In such kind of options, which are the two options? This will be very challenging. Here we'll be able to identify, but in some other cases it will be difficult because we don't have the option like 1 and 2, 1 and 3 in that sense. Only two. So either it can be either 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 or 2 and 3 or 1 in that sense. Okay, in that sense. 2 and 3. Okay. So stupa was a votive and commemorative structure in Buddhist tradition. One is wrong. 1 is wrong. 2 and 3 are correct. Next, 18th. So this is important. Souls are not only the property of animal and plant life, but also of rocks, running water, and many other natural objects not looked on as living by other religious sects. So these kind of extreme ideologies were held by Jainism. Okay. The same question in a different way it has appeared in the previous few years also. So this is important. They believe that even the non-living objects also have life in that sense. Next, consider the following pairs. Consider the following pairs: Base Nagar, Baja, Sitan Vasal. So all these things we have, okay, in our notes. But the approach of this question is very important. When it comes to Sitan Vasal, we have come across Sitan Vasal at multiple places during the discussion of what Nitin Singhania as well as other places as well. So it's famously associated with Jainism. Very easily we can mark. When it comes to Baja, where is Baja located? Yes, Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra. And where did we come across this term called as Baja?
caves.
Baja caves, especially in the introduction to Indian art. During the discussion of introduction to Indian art, there we came across this Baja. It's located in Maharashtra. So it's associated with Buddhist cave shrine. Okay. Actually here I have not included the notes of art and culture. So in art and culture, you just go back and you search that in second or third topic. So list of Buddhist cave sites in the western part of India. There we have a list, and in that list we have Baja. Okay, it's a Buddhist cave shrine. In the same topic, we also have Base Nagar. It is also called by alternative name. Which is the alternative name? Vidisha. Again, Belsa as well. Okay, so Belsa and all. This topic, it has appeared in the context of Buddhist related monuments. Okay. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಓದುವಾಗ ಏನಿದೆ ಬೇಸ್ ನಗರ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಬುದ್ಧಿಸ್ಟ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಶೈವೈಟ್ ಕೇವ್ ಶೈನ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರದೇ ಇರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಶಿವನ್ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫೇಮಸ್ಲಿ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕೇವ್ ಶೈನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1 ಇಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿಸಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕೇವ್ ಶೈನ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಟು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಆರ್ಟ್. ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಟು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಟಾಪಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಬರೀ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಒಂದೇ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ ಸೈಟು ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಅದು ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟೇಟಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅದು ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ, ಸದರ್ನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ, ಈಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ. ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್. ಈತ ಸೀತನ್ ವಸಲ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಜೈನ್ ಕೇವ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಥ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದು ಒಂದು ಸೀತನ್ ವಸಲು, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಫೇಮಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಜೈನಿಸಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೊಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನ್.
Sir, Base Nagar Vaishnavi
Mount Abu.
Base Nagar, illa, it's not Vaishnavite culture. Base Nagar is associated with Buddhism. Okay, when we look at the book, whatever content is there in the book, so Vidisha is also known by an alternative name called as Base Nagar as well as Belsa. Okay, so they are located in the state of Madhya Pradesh. So they are famous Buddhism related sites. They are not Vaishnavism related sites. Okay, so hence Shaivite or Vaishnavism both will be wrong here. Okay, both will be wrong. But again, it's a tough question. It's not that easy. It's a tough question. Okay. Next, 20. With reference to Indian history, consider the following texts. So, idan previous question ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಟು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬುದ್ಧಿಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಬು. ನೋಡಿ, with reference to Indian history, consider the following texts. Okay, so this content about Jain texts, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು? ವಿಚ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿ ರೆಫರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ನೋಟ್ಸ್? ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿಲಿಜನ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ವಿಚ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ವಿಚ್ ರಿಲಿಜನ್? ಓಕೆ, ವಿಚ್ ರಿಲಿಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅಷ್ಟಾಗಿಯೂ ದಿಸ್ ಎ ಟಫ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸಿ. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದೇನು ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಟರ್ಮ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅವಧಾನ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವಧಾನ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬುಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ? ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಟು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಒಂದೇ ಸತಿ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿಸಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಅವಧಾನ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಯಾವುದದು? ದ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್, ಜಾತಕಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅವಧಾನಾಸ್, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಬುದ್ಧ ಅಂಡ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿಸಮ್. ಸೊ ಅದು ಒಂದು ನೀವು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 3, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟ್ 3 ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ವಿತ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ 2 and 4. Okay, so just remember these things, avadana and jataka. So in introduction to Indian art in second or third topic during the discussion of Buddhism, so we have jataka as well as avadanas. Okay, so this term is very important, avadana associated with Buddhism. So we'll eliminate 3, we'll be left with 2 choices, 2 and 4. So ಇವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಡ್ರಿವನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ 2 and 4 ಪರಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ಪರ್ವಾಣ, ತ್ರಿಶಸ್ತಿ ಲಕ್ಷಣ, ಮಹಾಪುರಾಣ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಜೈನಿಸಮ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೂ ರೋಟ್ ಪರಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ಪರ್ವಣ, ಹೂ ರೋಟ್ ತ್ರಿಶಸ್ತಿ ಲಕ್ಷಣ, ಮಹಾಪುರಾಣ, ಅದನ್ನಿಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ಕೋತೀರಾ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ನ. ಅದೇ ಥರ ನೆಟ್ಟಿ ಪ್ರಕರಣ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ವಿಚ್ ರಿಲಿಜನ್? ಬುದ್ಧಿಸಮ್ ಆರ್ ಜೈನಿಸಮ್ ಆರ್ ಅದರ್ ರಿಲಿಜನ್. ಅವಧಾನ ಶತಕ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿಸಮ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ಎರಡು ಬರ್ದವ್ರು ಯಾರು? ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಡ್ರಿವನ್ ಒಂದು ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ದ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓಕೆ. ಇಫ್ ದ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬ್ರೌಸ್ ಟು ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರೌಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೇನು 21 ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕೌಟಿಲ್ಯಸ್ ಅರ್ಥಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ, ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಇನ್ ನನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನಲ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಸೊ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಮತ್ತು ಕೌಟಿಲ್ಯಸ್ ಅರ್ಥಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ಅರ್ಥಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೈಮ್. Okay, in 3 months we have to cover all the syllabus, right? So now once you become an officer, during your free time you can go through the Arthashastra. But now previous year based, whatever the answer is there, you'll just so whether first option is correct? A person could be a slave as a result of judicial punishment? Yes. If a female slave bore her master a son, she was legally free. True or false? True. If a son born to a female slave was fathered by her master, the son was entitled to a legal status of her master's son. False or true? Official answer ki prakara. All 3 are true? Okay, all 3 are true. I don't know. Okay, just previous year answer, we'll just memorize it. But very interesting it is. Okay, so generally what this first one will also appear false, the second one will also appear false, but the official answer keys, all the 3 are correct. Okay. So see, again the person who has set this question, he has not read what Kautilya's Arthashastra, or probably he might have read it. But somewhere while reading some article, either it might have appeared in The Hindu or Indian Express or some other newspaper or some standard document, it might be present. But we don't have that time to go through each and every document. So some questions we are going to miss it. So in such cases, when we don't have any idea, okay, what we'll do, we'll not touch that question. When we don't have any kind of idea, we'll not touch that question. And even after completing multiple rounds, if you are just at 20 or 30, but for qualified 20-30 questions are not sufficient. You require at least 70-80. At that time, what? Randomly you will close your eyes. You will make a toss twice. Okay, 2 heads is 1, 2 head and tail is what? Second. In that fashion, you will answer it. Otherwise, based on the previous year. So whenever such typical questions are there, the answer is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, you will take a risk. Okay, you will take a risk and accordingly you will mark it. Next, 22. So site of Ashoka's major rock edicts, location in the state of. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ ಒಟ್ ಒಂದೇ ಮ್ಯಾಪಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಶೋಕನ್ ಮೇಜರ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅದೇ ನೋಟ್ಸಲ್ಲೂ ಇದರಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ, ಆರ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. ಅದಿಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ಒಂದು ಸೈಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ರಿಕಾಲ್ ದ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ state. At the same time, when I give you a site, you should be able to recognize that it is a Ashokan site. Okay, Ashokan site. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು 10-12 ಸೈಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬರೀತೀರಾ ವಿಚ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಲೊಕೇಟೆಡ್. ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್. So all the 10 to 15 Ashokan sites which are there, you'll just extract them and you'll write it here. So at end moment, at least these things you should be able to revise. Okay, ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ರು ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. So at least these things you should be able to revise. So where is Dovli located? Odisha. Eragutti? Andhra Pradesh. Jawgada? Odisha. Kalsi? See how they tapped that question. So Kalsi, probably from Karnataka, we think that Kalsi is a term, very common term which we use in our mother tongue. So we often we may get confused and we may consider the Karnataka as a right pair. Okay, but that is wrong. Next, 24th. Historical person known as. So what you will do? Aryadeva, Dignaga, Nathamuni. So which list you will prepare? Personalities and associated religion. So in which page we have it? Page number 480. Okay, 480. Okay, so is it some slight changes I have brought here. So previous year in the notes what we have done is just blindly Shaivi Alvar andre followers of Vaishnavism, right? 9 Mars Shiva. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ all what Alvars, all Vaishnavites are Alvar, sorry, all Alvars are Vaishnavites, but all Vaishnavites are not Alvars. Alvars are ಕೆಲವು saints ಇದ್ರು, so they may be follower of Vishnu, but all of them are not Alvars. Okay, Alvars. So ಆ context ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ extra information add ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. So this extracted from entire what Tamil Nadu. ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿವೈಸ್, ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ಲಿ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿವೈಸ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟುಮಾರೋಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು, ಸೊ ಆರ್ಯದೇವ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ವಿಚ್ ರಿಲಿಜನ್? ಓಕೆ, ಬುದ್ಧಿಸಮ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಇಗ್ನೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ, ಯು ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೆಮರೈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್. ಬುದ್ಧಿಸಮ್. ಆರ್ಯ ಅಸಂಗ, ಸಿದ್ಧಸೇನ ದಿವಾಕರ, ಜೈನಿಸಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಜಿನಸೇನ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಇದು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರಿವಿಷನ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸಾಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ಡೂ, ಸೊ ಆ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ರೀಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸಚ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್. Okay, I think we completed with 2022 questions. So what we will do, we'll stop here itself. Okay, we'll stop here itself. So see, we have discussed 2025, 24, 23, 22. So 4 questions now discuss ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. So what you will do is, you will not ignore this. You will go back. You will just allot some time. At least 1 hour or 1.5 hour. ನೀವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಮಾಡಿ. But at least whatever we have discussed, so if not 100%, at least 60 to 70% you should become perfect with respect to this information. Because if you are not going to set target in this fashion for ourselves, then over a period of these 3 months, we will not be able to cover the entire syllabus. Now see, we don't have time to go through each and every line. Okay, so when you consider, you will not get time to go through each and every line. So whatever is there, based on this strategy, tomorrow in the 15 questions, if you are able to answer 7 to 8 questions, then there is no one who can hold you back. Okay, so our target is just 50%. In the 10 to 15 questions which appear, if we are able to answer confidently 50% of the questions, that is more than sufficient. And through this exercise, I believe, whatever the exercise we are going to do, we'll be able to answer 50 to 60% of the questions very confidently. Okay, so the main role is to what? Reduce the information overburden. Okay, overburden. So give some time for it. Whatever we have done, you just prepare. Okay, today you will prepare. Okay, just a quick recall of what we discussed today. Okay, so for first question, what you will be preparing? Yes, important rulers and the associated titles, if they had any titles. And okay, if possible, you can even browse also, but searching through the book, it will be a bit difficult. You just try to browse. If possible, I will also add the content. Next, second one, what you will make a list here? Foreign travelers and Indian what? Rulers. Now, what you do is, don't stick to just 2022 question. Just scan through the entire list. Okay. If you find similar such kind of questions previously, you just note them down here. Okay. Next here, third one, what extra information you are going to revise here? Military conquest abroad, northern conquest in the south, southern conquest in the north. Next here, fourth, Mahajanpada, capital, rivers and ancient names. Okay, you will make a list of 16 Mahajanpadas. Next, Pradeshika Rajuka Yukta in this context. Administrative divisions of important dynasties and which administrative unit, who is the head? Okay, who is the head? Next, dancing girl at Mohenjo-daro. Here, what you will prepare? Other monuments, what are they made up of? Where they are present? Which were the metals known? Which were the metals not known? At the same time, which were the animals known? Which were the animals not known? In the animals, which animals are present on the seals and which animals are not present on the seals? Okay, seals. Next here, alternative names for Buddha, alternative names for Mahavira. Next, Chandraketugar here. There are so many sites, right? It will not be practically possible to go through all the sites in one single day. At least today, make it a target. At least around 50 sites. 50 is like flying. Okay. At least we can what? Walk or we can run 40. So at least if it's not possible, you should crawl. So for crawling, at least you should set a target of 20. At least 20 cities today. We have to do it. Okay. So such small targets gradually over a period of time, then we will be able to accomplish that what big hurdle. Next here, just question paper driven we have prepared. Next here, what you will do? List. Works of Bhasa, I will list it. Who wrote Kavya Lankara, who wrote Natya Shastra, who wrote Mahabhasha. Okay. So in that fashion, again you will compile the information.
For ninth question, what will?
Ninth question, just you write it. So Puranas were compared during Gupta era. When were Upanishads composed? Whether there is exact year, exact century or range of centuries, we'll just note it. That's it. Next, this Sanghabhuti kind of question, what you will do here? Sanghabhuti associated with Sarvastivada Vinaya. Who is associated with first one? Visuddhi Maga. Who is associated with Lalita Vistara? So that we will do it. Danya Kataka. Again, list of states and modern Indian state that we will prepare. Next, 13th. Okay. So list of port cities and associated with which dynasty that we will prepare. Next, Vatta Kirutal. What you will do here? Sangam poems. So in Sangam poems, what you will do? Here and again the next question. Yeah, both the places it will repeat. Post Sangam, Sangam. Next, which are the alternative suicidal practices like Vatta Kirutal, Salekana, Santara, Vino. Which are the other such practices? You will list. Next, 15th. From where you will bring the content here? From Delhi Sultanate, around 10 to 12 different dynasties, century, founders. Okay, all that content you will bring here and you will revise. Okay, Hoysala, Gardwala, Kakatiya, Yadava. Which are the other famous dynasties of that period? So by the rise of the 10th century, which centuries declined? Gurjar Pratyaras and Rashtrakutas. Next here, we already discussed Bilana's work, Devi Chandraguptam written by whom? Vishaka Datta's work. So all those things will complete. So this is just a previous year question paper driven will add. Next, Jainism, just this much you will retain, sufficient. You will not add any extra information. Here it is bit tough question. Okay, here the question is bit tough. So what you will do? Yes. So here you will go to that introduction to Indian art. Third, four topic, somewhere we come across Baja. In there we have made a list. We will make the entire list here. Compulsorily you will write it because the chapter is very confusing. At least if you are able to go through the list, it will help you. Okay, it will help you. Next, here also we have seen So we'll find out the authors of all of them. We'll write them. And also associated with which religion. Okay, which religion. So this is question paper driven. The same exercise Sangam post Sangam period will do. So you'll make a list of all the sites and the corresponding modern Indian state. So work what historical person and associated with which religion, that will do. Okay. So at least to this 24th point will become perfect. Okay, will become perfect. So probably tomorrow we will be having a test on these 24 questions itself. Means I am not going to give these questions as a test. Based on these questions, there will be a test. Okay, there will be a test. Apart from that, you can also prepare other subjects as well. But at least you have to devote some time to the things that we have discussed in today's class. Okay. So we'll break today here itself. So today we extended till 12:15 because we started a bit late. But from tomorrow onwards we shall be very strict with respect to time from 10 to 12. Because now important is what we are going to discuss is what it does not have that much importance. How much time you are going to give to yourself to cover the content, that matters. Okay, that matters. So nalayinda just we'll stick for what? Strictly 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours. So you just go through the content. Again, if you feel that any other changes are required, or if we have a discussion in this fashion, it is going to benefit us, you can let me know, and accordingly we shall change that discussion mode as well. Because ultimately, so you should benefit out of it. Okay. So anyhow, I will be spending time, but if it is wasting your time, if you feel that somewhere it is wasting your time and all, so that should not happen. Okay, let me know. So accordingly, we shall change our mode of discussion. Okay. Thank you.